What's up, everybody? So the promise of AI to enable people to outsource more of the 80 of efforts in the 80-20 rule to machines so that we can focus more on the 20 is why Devin, the autonomous software engineer by Cognition, is such a big deal. Excerpts from the must-listen interview of Scott Wu by Patrick O'Shaughnessy on Invest Like the Best. Here we go. Number one, think of Devin as a junior engineer. But I think that is going to be broadly the new paradigm when we start to have AIs that are doing tasks instead of answering questions. You work with Devin the same way you would work with a coworker. Devin is in your Slack. Devin is in your GitHub. It uses all of your tools and works in your local developer environment. So you can just tag Devin. You can say, hey, Devin, I've got this bug. What's going on in the front end? Can you figure out what's going on? It's very much a junior engineer today. That's how we think of it. And let's say you have 5 different bugs or issues or something that you're trying to work on today. A lot of our users do this where you just spin up 5 different Devins and each one is tackling a different one. Number 2, enabling people to do X more of the 10% is a very big deal. So I think it's exactly right. Eating the 90% of all the miscellaneous implementation and debugging and iteration and whatever. I think what happens then is, honestly, you just get to do 10x more of the 10%. A lot of our customers did their own internal studies of the usage, and they were finding that every hour of engineering time using Devin was equivalent to 8 to 12 hours actually without Devin. But for the task that Devin can do, it's more like 10x rather than a 10%. Number 3, more better technology, aka personalization, for the win. I think data and personalization is going to be even more powerful. So a business that owns infrastructure, for example, or a business that has all the personal relationships and the data and so on, being able to serve for each person an individualized product that is truly optimized just for them. Instead of this clunky thing that kind of works for everybody and touches all the millions of people, but is not the perfect product for anybody, I think a lot of those businesses will be able to do very well. I honestly think we're going to see a lot of this Javon's paradox where we're just going to be building more and more and more software as it gets easier. It's what we've seen already, but maybe to a somewhat lesser scale. Building software now versus building it in the 80s probably is about 10x easier or so. And this shift will happen a lot quicker, obviously. But over that 40 years, we've gotten a lot more programmers and we've built a lot more software. And I think we're going to see a shift that looks like that as well. Really hope you get a chance to listen to this interview and or even just read the transcript off the Colossus webpage. Unbelievable. 80-20 rule. It always holds.